Hey everyone, and welcome to my budget Frenzy Barb build guide. So, as you can see, I have no inventory at all, no torch, no any, etc. I made this build specifically for farming keys. And the build is as well capable of doing chaos. All players won, of course. Trav can be done, not the most efficient, but yeah, mainly for farming keys and killing DCLONE. And I'm going to show you the items. Then we talk about the skill tree and stats. So my weapons of choice. I'm using Crescent Moon and Lawbringer. Yeah, well, this requires an rune. This one, the Lem rune. It gives a static field proc on striking. That's mainly the reason why I'm wearing it. And faceplate is like the fastest sword for frenzy. So I want to have a sword in the main hand, which is a faceplate and has IS, right? So Crescent Moon has a little bit of IS. But yeah, static field proc is just nuts. Like with that, paired with that attack speed, right? Yeah. There's another rune bird called Hustle. This is a non-letter character, by the way. I paid a burr rune for this in non-letter. So I hope you appreciate the effort. This is a really cool sword. They introduced this a season ago. Gives fanaticism aura, lol, on level 50 character. Also burst of speed, one of the assassin abilities. But I think, honestly, after testing it, it was not worth the burr rune. Not at all. Yeah, like the damage is lacking though. It's only a level 1 fanaticism aura. It doesn't do much, it doesn't add much damage, honestly. And the sword itself has really bad mods, like it's 200 ED, it's like nothing. But as soon as I wear Crescent Moon and Lawbringer, which brings me to the second weapon, this gives Decrepify on striking and the Sanctuary aura. So undead get knocked back. So really good when farming keys, especially like destruction keys from Nilatak. Physical immunes just melt because of Decrepify. I don't have a Thunder Charm. Because, yeah, like, there's no... I don't feel the need for it, and... I don't know, man, like, it hurts too much running with a Thunder Charm for physical, so... I'd rather have something like this. Lifestone per hit. Slain monsters rest in peace. Really good, like, all over, like, good mods for a Lem rune. It's kind of crazy. Boots, Goblin Toe. The run walk is a pain, but I have a run walk aura from a mercenary. And as soon as I hit 2 or 3 times, like the frenzy stacks are up and then just zoom. So no big deal. Of course, Gore Rider would be better for like the run walk. To have attack rating, to hit the monsters, I am wearing Angelic combo, right? Amulet and Ring. My armor is Treasury for the IS and for the Fate proc. Really good. Like with Fate procced, I'm almost maxed out on resist. Almost, like I'm 73 all resist. I'm maxed out on poison resist though. Because of my gloves. So that's a low level set. The items require level 6. And look at the mods, man. 50 poison resist. The set bonus is 30 IAS. Life stolen per hit. And the second piece of the set I'm using is the belt. Gifts cannot be frozen. 15 oil resist. Like, it's bonkers, man. Probably one of the best sets in the game. No joke. That's only life leech then. So to have dual leech, I have a manalt. For mana leech, right? So this gives life leech, this gives mana leech. Yeah, that's the main source of damage. G-Phase. I put a 15 IS jewel in here. Yeah. Can go without a jewel as well. I think it would not make a big difference. It's a lot of crushing blow, deadly strike. All the good stuff to kill bosses as well, right? I have, I think, 60 crushing blow. with an absolute low bob setup, which is a pretty high number. With small changes to the gear, with slight upgrades, you can easily kill Ubers. But that would be a separate video. I linked that video in the description below. If you're interested in that, feel free to watch that. But yeah, with the crap gear, 60 crushing blow, 25 open wounds, dual leech. Speaking of stat points, enough strength to wear the gear. I think it's around 115. Then you get strength from the helm. That's it, basically. And then 136 to wear the faceplates, or in my case, faceplates. I recommend those. First of all, they are the fastest ones, and you never have to worry about repairing them. They can't break, so that's cool. Everything else into vitality. Offhand, 2 Warcry sticks from like the NPC in Act 5 from Mala. That's the gear. Stat points, mercenary gear real quick. By the way, you would not need a mercenary at all. That's just fancy extra. Also, if you want to actually farm chaos faster or Trav, I would highly recommend you switch to the Act 2 mercenary for the Might Aura. But yeah, I'm running Act 1 Merc because I can give him a Harmony Bow. Might be overkill. Run walk might be overkill. Because, I don't know, like, I guess there's a limit to it. Is this the fastest? Is this Barb the fastest you can run in this game? I don't know. Hustle, this time in armor, not as a weapon. Gives different stats though. Yeah, a lot of run walk. Attack speed. Like good stuff for the Act 1 Merc. As a helm, Bulwark. I think they introduced this 1 or 2 seasons ago. It's okay, mainly for the DR, for the 14% DR. Like, she pretty tanky though with the setup, not gonna lie. Will survive chaos runs, players 1 for sure. The Skilltree. It's very generic, frenzy barb. Usually, or with like really good gear, I make a whirlwind frenzy hybrid. Like with Enigma and stuff, but I have another video on my channel about that build. So with that being said, a generic frenzy build, max out frenzy, 20 points, 1 point to berserk, which at this point with Lawbringer, I very rarely use it. I almost never have to use berserk. Like everything just melts because of the decrepify. So you might not need those 2 points, actually. It's up to you, okay. 1 point into leap. That's it. Then, because I'm using faceplates, right, they are swords. Maxing blade mastery for the damage and attack rating. 1 point in each of those. And 20 points into natural resistances, because... yeah. I mean, it's cool when like fate procs, but until then, at least don't want to have a negative resistances, which would be the case with that type of gear, right? So yeah, 20 points in here, very good. The Warcries, I maxed out battle orders for a huge life boost, 1 point in battle command. And all my remaining points into taunt, because that's a damage synergy to frenzy. That's my build. That's how I play frenzy barb, like all the time. Even way back in the day, that was the spec. Now you know, that's the skill tree. Yeah, I mentioned the hybrid variant a second ago. I think it won't be that great with like these type of weapons, you know. Like I think that like you could go a whirlwind hybrid route. I think you need weapons more like this, but that's not budget stuff, obviously. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much farm everything with this, within reason, right? Can you carry players 8 chaos runs to boost your buddy who got G-Rushed? No, obviously not, or probably not. Yeah, very good for key farming. I made this setup many years ago, just for farming keys. Okay, like let's say, usually you should start a sorceress in the first place to farm keys. Make a second character of choice, which is good for Ubers, like let's say a smiter, and farm keys with the sorc, 2 Ubers with the smiter, right? But what if you want a 2-in-1? So me personally, I don't like leveling like a second character. I want a character who can do both, like farming the keys and using the keys and get torches. So I level as a singer Barb, usually, right? It's a caster build. Give him 2 spirits and you're good to go. I level with this, just still a pain, but I level with that. And as soon as I can afford it, I make a setup like this. Really good for farming keys. So then maybe I sell the first key set, and then I get upgrades, right? Because it's a nice build. I have no video of it, but I killed DCLONE with it. But for the real Ubers, you need a little bit more than this, okay? I will not say you cannot do it. Give it a try if you want. I haven't tried the real Ubers with this setup, but I did pretty much everything else in the game with it. Especially farming keys, as I mentioned probably 5 times already. Some slight upgrades for Ubers. Draw cools and stuff, right? T-gods and so on. But this is a budget build video. And yeah, I have like the crazy gear and builds with the crazy gear on separate videos. I leave you with some gameplay. A chaos run, some key farming and whatnot. Feel free to skip around, whatever. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you found this any useful, or let me know what you think about the build. Is this something you would aim for on like a ladder reset? It's a fun build for sure. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.
I shall keep my end of the